Yo, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to come to you and share something that's been on my heart for a while. And I just want to encourage you, don't go through it, grow through it. When you're faced with challenges, allow those challenges to make you grow, make you better. I feel like a lot of times we have struggles and we allow that to bring us down. But let me tell you, it's not in your victories that you've had your greatest lessons, but in your defeats. It's not the mountaintop moments, but the valleys. If you ask someone successful how they got to the top, I'm pretty sure they're going to tell you they failed, they made mistakes, they missed the mark, they had to struggle. A lot of times we see leaders and we see people with a lot of money and we see people with great influence, and we automatically assume that they're greater than us or they've done something better than us or we can never obtain that. What we should be asking them is how they made it through the struggle. These are the questions we should be asking them. What fights they had to endure, what battles did they had to endure, what struggles did they had to go through. I'll use my life for example. Some of my greatest victories and some of my greatest lessons came through my struggles. I was divorced, I was broke, I was homeless, didn't know how I was going to get money, didn't know how I was going to feed my kids. I felt worthless. I had all these thoughts and battled all these different things through my struggles. But let me tell you, you can't encourage the world, you can't encourage other people until you can encourage yourself. And I learned that it wasn't through me going to school and it wasn't through reading books, it was through your struggles. So let me tell you, your greatest lessons, your greatest wisdom are going to come through your struggles. Allow your struggles to make you and not break you. Think about the greatest people who are influencing the world. Though those people are the people who went through something. So when you're going through something, allow that to push you and allow that to make you grow. It's cool to be able to speak to the world, but what I want to ask you is who can speak to you when you're in your low place? And if you don't have anybody speaking to you, can you encourage yourself? These are questions I had to ask myself. It's easy for me to come and try to encourage you guys and encourage kids and everyone else, but I had to muster up that same strength and courage to encourage myself when I went through those low places and when I went through those moments. So I'm not telling you that I've arrived. I'm not telling you that I've made it to the mountaintop. But what I am saying is my struggles, those hurts, those pains, those deep moments where I didn't know where I was going to make it, that's what made me the man I am today. So I want to tell you, some lessons can't be learned or taught. They must be experienced. Allow your experience to push you out to that next thing. Allow your experiences and your failures to push you out of the box and let it bring you to that place to where you know what you've called to do. Some of your most teachable moments are going to come when you've made a mistake. Some of your most teachable moments are going to come when you've blown it, when you've missed the mark, when you fail. It's only then you can grow. It's only then you can humble yourself and say, you know what? I got to revisit this. I got to go back again. It's only then when you fail and when you miss it that you can be taught. So allow me to encourage you again. Don't go through it, but grow through it. One of the greatest things that I've heard someone tell me is it had to happen. Maybe the situation you're going through has to happen because it's only then that it's going to push you out of your box. It's going to push you to keep going harder. It's going to push you to get to that place where you're uncomfortable. And then when you're uncomfortable, nothing else matters. So let me again encourage you. Think about the most successful people in the world or someone you admire and ask them what they did when they failed, what they did when it didn't work. Again, don't go through it, grow through it. Realize that it had to happen. And once you get to that point, sky's the limit.